Alright, I believe you guys left off back at the Underhand. You rested up, or
Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I start this game, I feel like my hit points are really, really low. I don't understand why that is.
hard to say.
How odd.
Yeah. It's like I log in, it's like, oh, 15 hit points. Huh, that seems odd.
What happened last
why
time?
am I at 15 hit points? Doesn't seem right.
Pretty sure it's just the DM robbing you of your hit points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the most violent way possible.
And he'll say something silly like, it's only a consequence of your actions, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Wouldn't be anything else.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go look at the board for some jobs.
But
And
you're
you
not-
know what they say, the dildo of consequences rarely arrives lubed.
Accurate.
But you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance. Occasionally it does just slide right in there, but you're still getting fucked.
Indeed.
work the job that you took last week.
Nobody knows about that but me. What are you talking about?
Nobody knows about it for now.
Well, yeah, unless
Yeah,
somebody's
you
gonna go
notice-
snooping through my fucking pockets.
Now you notice that the want ad is back up.
They put up another one. I don't know if you guys got this last one, but
I mean,
No, it's written exactly the same.
if they do go too long without being turned in, they can get reposted.
I guess I'll deal with it then. But usually I'm the one that checks the boards, so it's fine.
In like a month's time of in-game, like Hero just has a bag full of those posters.
So what are those posters in your bag? Nothing. Nothing at all.
No, honestly, with our GM, I could see something nefarious happen where it's like after like 3 or 4 of the postings, then there's like some other posting that you're like, huh, seems kind of odd, and you go through all this crazy crap and realize that it's all connected to that other one that you refused to do. And that's actually caused a severe escalation.
Fuck, I'll bring both the available jobs over to the table. Be like, all right, there's 2 jobs over there. One of them doesn't even pay very well and doesn't give a whole lot. One of them's just disposing of a body.
Oh no.
But it only they're only paying 100 gold and
Not
200 XP.
disposing of a body. My
It'd be
goodness.
very
We
quick
have
and
so
easy
very
work.
few places that we could just do it in seconds. You have a
Question's whether
bag
it's
of
worth-
holding.
It's 100 gold.
You could literally go over there,
I
take
could retire
delivery of
right
the 100
now.
gold, and throw the body in the bag of holding.
What would 100 gold do me more than my 2100 plat?
Probably not much of anything.
Exactly. What's the point?
Except it would give us a little bit better of a reputation here in the guild.
But would it even give us that much of it to be worth the effort to go over there? We could do it on the way to the other one, most likely.
It would show that we have a dedication to try to take care of the guild and its contracts.
It would show that we have no respect for the work that we do, and we'll do whatever is put in front of us, irregardless of the reward. I don't know about you, but I feel like we should have standards. You pay high quality, you get high quality.
Yeah. Kildo's frown and his eyebrows are almost touching his nose right now.
All I'm saying is 100 gold is not a lot of money. Now, granted, it's a very easy job, but
It is a very easy job. And if you hadn't noticed, we don't have standards.
Well, I'm just here for the thrill, so whatever we get, it
What
better
sort
be
of
exciting.
thrill are you gonna get disposing of a body?
I don't know. Could be kind of fun running from the cops, maybe.
All that would happen is I throw it into the bag of holding, and we walk it off, and we dispose of it somewhere where nobody sees.
Precisely. In fact, the
Ah.
dumping of it into the bag of holding could be considered the completion of the contract.
Essentially, it would be, and then I just gotta drop it somewhere to get it out of there.
Right. But you would also be carrying around a corpse that, I don't know, corpses can be handy occasionally for setting up a stage or.
I'm also wondering if we're going to arrive and it's going to be like a massive body that I can't even fit it into the bag of holding.
Well, that would be ridiculous then.
Could be.
That could make it more exciting, though.
But then we're doing something that's actually got possible consequences for 25 gold each.
Oh, we could
I mean,
always
there's-
go bargain with the lister.
Exactly. There's always negotiations. If it's not ridiculously easy, we don't do it. Not for 25 gold pieces each.
Because
That
that's what
barely
it'll be
covers a
after it's
good dinner and
dispersed.
drinks.
For 100 gold total. That's 100 gold total, not each. So it'd be 25 each right now. That's what I'm saying. Even if it is as easy as it is, 25 gold barely goes anywhere. Now, if it's somebody that has enough notoriety to not be able to do it themselves, maybe they're willing to pay a little bit more than 100 gold.
Maybe they're willing to offer us their thanks in the form of a favor later on.
Something like that would at least make it feel worthwhile how major minor of a quest it is, of a job
Well,
it is.
only way for us to be able to find out would be to speak to the person. Yes?
I suppose you're not wrong about that part. We'd have to actually go and talk to them to discuss it. For all we know, it could be a very rich noble trying to do this for dirt cheap.
Precisely. And if that is the case, then one of us could perhaps speak with the noble and explain how challenging it is to rid oneself of a body without having any kind of ties back to the person who did the deed.
Sounds like that might be your area of expertise.
Kildos gives a smile and nod. Would be happy to do so, of course.
Well, either way, we could just do that on the way to the next job, which is also odd, but at least pays better. We're looking for a man's guarding companion, a man-sized awakened turnip.
Well, at
But
least
they're
it should be
offering
easy to
3,000
spot,
gold.
right?
I'm
I would assume so, but if you can't find him, then maybe it's not going. Maybe I figured that's what would be the case. But if he's willing to pay 3,000 gold, he must have already tried, right?
I suppose so, but if he had no luck, I mean, a man-sized awakened turnip, probably quite a valuable companion. I mean, you could practically make money off of it at fairs and things like that, the freak show, so...
Suppose that honestly might not be a bad place to check. Any
um
sort of traveling circus that could be around.
Semi, you
Yeah.
didn't happen to put some absinthe in my drink, did you?
I put some in my drink, but I honestly can't remember where that one went, so I made another. So
Huh.
maybe.
Okay. For a moment, I could have sworn that Hero said something about that, like a sentient turnip.
Yeah, you heard that one correctly, actually.
Oh
That
God!
wasn't the absinthe. That was I'll hand on the paper. That was the actual job request. A man-sized awakened turnip has gone missing. But the pay is good?
I don't see how that's physically possible.
That's where the conversation we're having comes into play. We're not sure how a turnip that's a person-sized turnip just goes missing. That should be
Yeah.
super. That should be pretty noticeable in the streets. I feel like there'd be a
Yeah.
lot of commotion if that got out. A lot of people would be really confused.
Kildos is just nodding along, pinching the bridge of his nose, and orders another round from the waitress.
By the way, I suppose we can dispose of the body real quick and then head over to the other job.
Yes.
Can't imagine that should take more than 5 minutes tops to do.
And it would be nice to have a normal job before we deal with the turnip.
Before we question what kind of drugs we're on, or perhaps the lister's on, for all we know, he kidnapped somebody, put them into an outfit, and the guy ran away.
Entirely possible. And if that is the case, whatever drugs he is on, I am expecting to get a share of them.
I don't blame you. Well, I'm saying that's a possibility. That would explain why he can't find it and it didn't go noticed in the streets.
Absolutely makes
It was
sense to
something
me.
like that. There's some sort of magical answer or just some sort of a criminal answer like that.
Yeah, I really don't see how a talking turnip vanishes, but yes, we
It
should.
doesn't say if it can even talk. It's an awakened turnip. Can it talk? I don't even know if it could talk.
I would assume it could.
Uh,
It's awakened.
it is awakened. But it's also not like it has a way to make a noise to begin with, like an animal. I'm not sure.
I would imagine it's probably a silent turnip, but
It might understand common at the very least, but I don't know if it would be able to communicate with verbally.
perhaps it communicates with sign language, maybe, or something along those lines.
Maybe it can write. I don't know. Maybe it can talk for all we know.
I need to go find whoever listed the job and ask them. I'm sure they know.
Yeah, they should be able to provide more information on that.
By the way, that seems interesting to me.
Quite an odd job.
Well then, finish the drink, and we should head off.
Okay.
Before we do that, I want to. Is there a place here specifically that sells magical items?
They
A little bit
have
of shopping.
some magic items in there. What are you looking
I want
for?
to ask. I want to ask if he has any elven kind wear, some boots or a cloak, perhaps.
I was going to say the quartermaster had quite the nice selection when I went over.
I've made a little bit of a list to see if I can spend some of this money, get me some nice magical items to help out.
Let's see.
While you guys shop, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
They are sold out of the cloaks, but they do have a pair of boots of elven.
And how much would those be?
Let me. For you, I would sell them for, shall we say, 100,000 copper.
But specifically 100,000 copper. They will not take silver, gold, or platinum.
Would you really have the copper, or would you rather have a fewer coin, higher value coin?
Suppose I would take 1,000 gold or 100.
I'll hand over 100 plat.
All right, you have.
You said that was the boots, right?
Yes, that was a big.
Guess I got boots. Think. Let's see. There's a couple other items I wanted to look for. I just jotted them down on my page because like I'll fucking look for them. Let's see. The dagger of warning. You happen to have one of those.
It's
I'm back.
yeah, it looks like we do have some of those as well.
How much would a dagger of warning cost?
2,000.
Is that 2,000 gold?
Yes, 2,000 gold.
Okay, so 200 plat.
Yes.
Hand over 200 plat. Sweet, there we go. And luckily, I don't even have to equip that. I just gotta have it on my person to get the bonuses. And technically, it's not me and my companions within 30 feet can't be surprised, which is nice. All right, last thing, we're gonna get a little bit silly with this one. Still just another uncommon, I believe. You got a broom of flying.
Why? Are you a witch?
There's... I
I
pinched my
mean,
nose.
he looks like a witch.
It's a question. Have a broom of flying. Technically, I go by a wizard, but it'll accomplish the same thing as a witch would use it for, I'm sure.
Yeah, but really, for them to sell to you, you should be a Horlock. Like me.
If I was a Horlock, I'd have to whore myself out really hard with an 8 charisma.
I have a sufficiently high enough charisma, and I still whore myself out. Killed a lot of you.
We are out of brooms of flying, but we have brooms and we have scrolls of flying.
Ooh, it's like a broom of flying 1/2.
Yep. Wait, what? What did he have? What?
We're out
Yeah,
of brooms
scrolls
of
of
flying.
Right.
But we've got regular brooms. We have scrolls of flying, so you can kind of, make it work that way.
I'll check in next time. All right, I'm gonna.
If you're really set on one, you can hire us to search one out. No guarantees, though.
What would it? How much would it be if you find one?
Let's see. Um, those would go for about 1,000 gold plus labor and tracking it. That would be.
1,000 gold. 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 1,0 Well, for that price, I would take it, assuming you don't charge an outrageous amount to find and search one out.
Well, that just depends on how much longer it takes us to find one. Could take us 10 minutes, it could take us 10 years.
So, how would this work then? Would I give you like a deposit?
Yeah, it would take a weekly amount to pay one of our item seekers, and they'll go out, do the work, and bring the item back. And
How much does it cost to pay for an item seeker weekly?
they run off a nice flat 100 per week.
And if I asked you to look for a cloak of elven kind too, would that cost extra?
That
Try to look for 2 items while he's out.
that would cost extra.
Would that just be a straight double, or would it only be like a small percentage more?
A straight double. We don't have bulk discounts at this time. If you would like us to look for that, we can charge you for that as well. Maybe we'll figure out how to do it. Laughs as he that.
Yeah, I suppose finding that's not going to be exactly as easy as a broom. I'm going to hold on to my money, but I'll check in regularly in case you do find one.
Okay, we will let you know if we find one.
Well, I'll head back.
Okay, you have your items now.
All right. Well then, shall we go and dispose of this body really quick?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
All right, looks like Scott's doing that, but I'm assuming he's up for it too.
Yeah, so guys can head out.
Pedogog.
So you guys head across town to the address list.
All right.
Find a small apartment building. Takes you up to the second floor. Not a very nice apartment building, but there are people living in it.
I feel like this guy probably overestimates his notoriety to dispose of a body.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Either way, let's get this over with.
Go quickly enough, I'd imagine.
Yep.
So you guys you knock on the door, and after a moment, it opens just a crack. Can I help you?
We're here to do some removal services for you.
He opens the door a little bit wider, sticks his head out, looks to see that you're alone, and then come inside, quick.
We'll go in. That being said, I kind of want to wait for Kildos to come back because he's got a silver tongue that I don't have.
Yeah, need one of those talkers, and I don't have many
Be one of
boosts in that
them-
realm either.
One of them silver tongue folks.
Yep. Indeed. I mean, I could try.
I mean, it never hurts to try until it does hurt.
Yeah. Until he's like, never mind, I'm not gonna have you guys do this job. Find somebody else.
Or now there are 2 bodies to dispose of.
Yeah. Probably get one accidental killing of the job giver before the Thieves Guild starts asking questions.
Yeah, that happens.
They're aware that negotiations sometimes don't go as planned. They know.
But when it happens 3 times this week,
Yeah, it
maybe,
starts
maybe
to add up a
you're
little bit.
not a very good negotiator.
Yeah, maybe not. Can I assume that I've restocked the quantity of my arrows?
Yeah. Refill your arrows.
Ratsy. You guys know that they make USB rechargeable AA batteries nowadays?
It's fun.
Yeah, I've seen the.
I could believe it.
Yeah, I bought some of them because my noise canceling headset for work in the airplane runs on AA's, and it's fucking expensive to replace them all the time. So
Yeah, I've been debating getting some AA or rechargeable AA's for me because I use wireless Xbox controller for both PC and for Series X gaming, and I just use AA's because I don't want rebuying fucking charger packs for them
yeah.
because they always don't fit like newer controllers. So it's
Right,
like, all
right.
right, if you play a ton, that shit can burn out in like a fucking week.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself some rechargeable.
And so
Yeah, it's just cool that these are USB rechargeable. I was like, damn, I didn't know that was
they
a
had
thing.
those.
Yeah.
I hadn't looked in rechargeables in a long ass time. That is kind of funny.
Yeah. Probably makes them twice as like volatile though, because I'm sure that I actually didn't look, but they're probably like lithium or something batteries, so probably are
Probably.
twice as likely to detonate randomly on you if they get overheated.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. That's what we have fire extinguishers for. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
If we don't really, lithium fires you can put out with a fire extinguisher, but usually it's better if you put them in like a alloy waste bag and smother them, throw them in a bucket of ice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're looking at buying some, I can tell you I bought this pack for like $16 on Amazon. It's Frog and Co. Survival brand. And yeah, like basically, I guess they sell them technically for like, you know, backpacking type stuff. Like you bring them with you for long trips and stuff because you can always charge them up beforehand. You don't have to worry about them corroding over time, so they can go through long storage and that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're like $16 on Amazon, and this is the brand that all the other pilots I've met that have them use. So,
What's this now?
talking about USB rechargeable AA batteries.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I bought some for work because the headsets we use with noise canceling use AA, and it gets expensive because they run through batteries pretty quick if you're using them nonstop every day.
I thought
Like I
it was
do at
for your
work.
Pocket Pal.
Yeah, no, that one has to be hooked into the wall to have enough voltage for what I need.
And only when you're over in Europe, right?
Yeah,
All right, just to catch you up, we just arrived and walked into the place of the guy for the dispose of the body job, and I said, let's wait for you because you've got the silver tongue of the group.
Okay.
He lives in, like, not a very nice apartment building, so it's not some rich guy at all.
Okay.
How'd you describe the apartment? Was it just like a regular complex or was it a little run down?
A little bit run down, but still fully inhabited.
Okay.
Another baby's born
Yeah, so
in
it's
the
not,
ghetto.
He ain't a ritzy guy. And I almost wonder what kind of scum he is to think he has so much notoriety he can't dispose of a body. Looking shadily, like, I don't know.
Okay.
That's where we are, though. We're just waiting
Excellent.
for you.
Well, Kildos will happily take the front of this.
So can I get, as you step inside the apartment, can I get a perception check from all of you? Hero, you actually recognize this.
Oh boy. Protagog.
He is the individual who you saved from being executed.
Oh shit. Oh, for that one
Yeah.
wacky one where we had the fucking Fluffy running through the square and all that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm like,
Kildos doesn't, but I do.
I'll be like, you look familiar. Were you supposed to be executed recently?
I was. Why I'm trying to lay low.
Okay, that makes sense. We were actually the ones that organized getting you out of there.
Thought you
That
looked
explains why you look
familiar.
familiar. Either way, what can we do? I'll let Kildos take back over again.
He points across the room where you see a slightly decaying goblin corpse.
Oh, does it look like a goblin we might know?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, baby, is it a goblin I know?
Yeah, you know this goblin.
Is it that fat bastard or is it a different one?
It is a different one. It is not the fat one.
Fucking which? Oh shit! I've got. Let me look at my notes. Okay, it's not Prasserim then.
Nope.
Is it the Goblin Inspector Trebras?
Yeah, Traverse. Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. Is that Trebras, that really shitty inspector?
Yeah, he was trying to inspect my place here. I couldn't let that happen. So I killed him.
So Kildos is just
Wait, wasn't this the
going
good
to.
inspector actually? Or was no? This is the back one. This is the bad one, wasn't it?
Kildos,
Was it good or was it bad?
while he's like marveling over who this is and all, Kildos is going to try to pull the bag of holding out of his pack without him noticing, and just kind of motion to Semi to come on over and just grab the body.
Alright, you two go about gathering up the corpse. Hero, yes, this is the good inspector / guard that you dealt with. Not the one that you guys had bad dealings.
That's unfortunate. Oh well, that's not my concern.
Thank you guys for coming to deal with this. Get word to go out. Deal with it. If it stays here any longer, the neighbors are gonna start complaining.
Yeah, so as soon as Semi has dropped it into the bag of holding, I will just walk over and hand the bag over to Hero and look at the guy and say, help you deal with what? Oh, the $100, the 100 gold that you owe us. Yes.
You'll get that guild. Pay them that. But, there was a part of me wondering. Maybe I should have paid more for some enhanced service.
Indeed. We were thinking the same thing. Especially since we specialize in enhanced services.
Let's see.
Just disposing of a corpse is one thing, but you've got a corpse. What if we use it to send a message?
Very true. Go on. I'm listening.
So that was the end of it. You use it to send a message to the city guard or something.
Basically, don't traverse through this area.
Yeah. Like hang him up in somewhere public. Dump him some public.
I think something like that could be arranged. But of course, the price would be significantly higher.
I figured as much. What would you charge for under the table?
It would probably be, the standard 2,000 gold?
He takes a look at. He opens up a sack of money. You take 1,800.
Do I notice if he happens to have anything particularly nice with his attire, weaponry, rings, necklace, anything of that sort?
He does have a nice looking ring on him.
I believe 1,800, and that ring should cover everything. We'll make sure to send a very clear signal.
1,000 and the ring. A nice ring.
I'll try to negotiate for a bit higher with him.
Can I try a history roll real quick to see if I can tell how much the ring might be worth based off of past items that I've needed to hawk after thieving them?
You can try, yeah. This seems like the thing that would sell for a couple hundred gold pieces, unless it's magical, in which case it could be 1,000 gold.
That's what I was wondering. Like, if it's saying that much, either he's a terrible negotiator or it's magical.
Well, I'm thinking he could be trying to pull one over on us and get a cheaper price than 1,800 because he knows the ring is only worth 150 gold or something.
That's also a very real possibility.
Is that ring imbued with anything? Is it magical at all, or altered in any way?
It is magical. Allows improved evasion.
Oh, really? How much? How much evasion does it get me better?
It checks out to me. He's probably pretty honest. He's been hiding a corpse in his apartment for who knows how long. It's probably an honest fellow.
It gives you guaranteed evasion in limited quantity.
All right, well then,
100% of the time, 80% of the time.
well then, how's about maybe 1,600 in the ring, huh?
So the message is not that important.
I think
This
the
ring alone is
1,000
worth at
in
least
the ring-
1,000.
I think the 1,000 in the ring will be just fine. You'll have your message delivered.
Very good. He counts out 1,000 gold and ring. Would like the ring.
The person who prefers not to get hit the most, I think.
Hey, that's me.
And that's what I was thinking.
I like to not get hit.
Semi gestures to Hero.
Yeah.
I will take the ring.
Okay.
Turns out it's cursed.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to give it to you if it was. So
That's very
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
now, as far as this message, how horrified do we want people to be?
I'm paying you good money. They better.
No, that's actually me talking to the group as
Huh.
we're leaving. I know he wants people to be absolutely disgusted, horrified.
What are you thinking? Like chopping the body up and dumping it, or just dropping it in a highly populated area? What's the message we're actually trying to send with this?
Hmm.
And go from there.
I was thinking something along the lines of evisceration. Perhaps the removal of certain key organs, or the breaking of every single bone in the body.
So if we drop it right in this area, will it actually scare away guards, or will it make them patrol more frequently? Is our goal to lighten up? Like what are we trying to? What message are we trying to send here? Like out of character, which message are we trying to even send? You should fuck with us in more of this area. You should fucking like. Do we want
Should
guards
fuck
in
with
the
us
area more? Are we
last.
trying to? Are
Well,
we trying to get the
basically,
guards away from the area more?
from what he was saying, he wants the guards to stay away from that area.
So the question is, if we fuck up a body, are the guards going to actually stay away, or are they going to more frequently check out the area?
Depends on how severely you fuck up the body.
Yeah, it's like you could almost just bait it out by if you do like, depending on the severity fucking up, you could throw a body here or somewhere else if we think they're gonna actually up the ante. But if your goal is to go absolutely out of this world severe, that might be enough to scare them away. If that's
I don't
the plan.
know. What's the neighborhood like around where we came in at?
Are we in the hood?
Right. I mean, that's literally like.
Yes, you are in the hood.
I mean, you hear some thumping bass, and a lowrider kind of cruises by.
Everything smells like weed.
Pretty much.
What a fucking tool. That guy put smaller wheels in the back of his fucking wagon.
Yeah, who does that?
His horse is drinking Hennessy.
Or is like literally just jumping like up and down while he walks, like trotting really high steps. Like fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, like lifting his fucking leg up to his stomach almost.
The loot is bumping in the back.
Do 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 do. Just like fucking bumping with him. Well, if that's
Alright,
the
well-
case, I feel like heavy violence would probably keep them away more so if it is the hood. They already don't
Right.
want to be here that much. If we make it even scarier, they might patrol around it more than through it.
Right. If we were in a rich neighborhood, there would be more cops instantly.
Yeah.
But since we're already in a bad part of town, making it seem worse than it actually is would help.
The guards would be more scared to go through it.
I do have an idea of a way that I feel that we could effectively terrify them.
Kill the guards. Is that it? That'll send a particular message.
We
Indeed.
get paid enough to kill guards, though? That's a
No.
question. I don't
Not
think we
yet.
get paid nearly enough for murdering of guards in addition.
Not yet.
No, but I do have a specific idea. We just need to find somebody who's skilled at and comfortable with dismembering a corpse.
I just look over at Samuel.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but
Skillfully.
It's definitely not something that I'm going to be quality at doing.
I mean, I've got a +5 in sleight of hand.
I
Though
got
my
a plus
medicine,
6, but
my medicine is 0. How skillfully are we looking for you?
man, I could point out the features a bit better. But
Yeah. So basically, Kildos explains in graphic detail that his idea is to dismember down to every major joint in the body and then put it back together with sinew so that everything is loose and floppy, and then hang a sign around it: no puppets allowed.
I imagine that would probably send the message.
I like that plan.
It should be sufficiently terrifying.
Can't imagine any regular guards, watchmen are going to want to do a whole lot in this part of town. Then they're gonna probably go really fast if they even go through it at all.
I'm presuming that any guards that happen to come across it and have to take it down will not be sleeping for a fortnight, not without a lot of alcohol. Oh, and we should also probably use a razor on his cheeks to give him an exaggerated smile.
Right. Where are we doing the
Kildos is
operation
one
at?
dark mofo.
Evidently.
Yeah, where do you want to put it up? Where are we dangling them at?
I would say probably somewhere within, say, the first block of this neighborhood. We don't want it right at the edge because then people in the other neighborhoods will be like, yeah, nope. So we want to make sure that it's still well within the boundaries of this neighborhood. Not too close that it makes people think that the problem is headed their way.
That seems like a good idea to me. Let's go have a look
Sounds good.
around.
Go start looking for buildings we could use.
Okay.
I think we could maybe put it next to a well, hang it from the top rack.
That could work too.
Or a business sign.
Yeah, especially one that's frequently visited, like restaurant or bar maybe. Bar might be the best.
True. Or even a closed up shop. Something where the hanging of the body would be more of a convenience.
Wouldn't affect the business of some random poor sap.
Exactly.
That also could kill their business right on the spot too. If it was
True.
discovered on a tavern, even if it was a favorite tavern at the spot, the area. that could instantly kill their business. So perhaps something that won't actually bring harm. Well, I'm concerned if any pieces dropped into the water, if they took it down and they failed,
Yeah.
it could poison the water supply, and that I don't think that's the kind of message we're trying to send either.
So then perhaps an abandoned building would be the best spot.
Yeah, especially if we know around the rough path they travel on, like you said, put it near the edge of the neighborhood.
Exactly.
That should work pretty well.
Yes. Only thing we need to do is, well, have him dismembered and then, well, remembered.
Should probably find a nice, secluded place to do that.
Now, Kyotos has a +1 in medicine. Do you have anything higher than that?
I got a +2.
Okay.
The survival would also be
I got a +2 in that as well.
if you got it. Doesn't sound.
Me?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so then I could assist you with doing the medical procedures part of it, and then I believe Semi said he had a fairly high sleight of hand.
It's a +5, which Hero might have the same or better. I don't know.
I got a
but
+6 technically in sleight of hand.
there you go.
Well, we could assist you then on the reassembly as well.
All right. Are we able to go and find a secluded spot to do this? Or shall we? We need to
We
go
could
out of our
take-
way to find a spot
We
to do
could
it.
take the bag back to our usual haunt where we hid the guy that we kidnapped
Oh.
from the cult
Just
hunter
go to
shack.
that little shack.
That's gonna
and
be
just-
like our shady doings, like headquarters.
I mean, we could. I'll just use prestidigitation to clean up the blood, and we can use like a blanket or something like that. Clean it up when we're done to make sure it doesn't look like we
Yeah, and then we just
fucking
put the-
mutilated a corpse.
Put the body
Ooh.
back in the bag of holding, and then take it to the delivery spot, and then drop it off. I honestly, like,
Mm-hmm.
That's actually not a bad idea for us to do that to the body too.
All right, yeah, let's
Yeah.
head to that one spot.
Okay.
Okay, assisting with the medicine check.
All right, so what checks are we making here?
Medicine
do,
and
or
sleight of hand. I think.
Medicine or nature. Yeah. Need like corpse. Or medicine or
Semi, just so you guys know, is going to be standing outside, keeping guard, like across the street, just kind of hanging out in the shadows in case somebody walks by and hears anything.
Cool, cool.
okay. Fair.
Colin, did you ever imagine that this random shack that was a part of one quest would end up being like our criminal hangout?
Nope.
the old whiskey warehouse. So what are we gonna name ourselves? Got to put a sign up.
Yeah. Let's draw attention to our criminal warehouse.
Well, you know, you
West
gotta brand,
Side.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta have criminal branding like cults do.
Now we could call it the Dickford Club.
Yes.
All right, I'm guessing I cut him up pretty easily.
Yeah.
All right,
You
so
do
I'm
that
gonna
pretty
roll
easily.
another-
Give me a stealth check as well, so to do so without creating too
Yeah, don't use the sawzall.
No, what?
Or hell, he can use the sawzall without a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's electric.
It's
Yeah.
that new shit.
Okay. You have a mutilated corpse.
No,
Now to unmutilate it in the incorrect way.
some assembly required.
It takes you some work to get it together, but you eventually get your creation back in one piece.
I will take a bit of time and effort, and whoever else has this ability can do so as well, to do prestidigitation across the entire body, specifically cleaning the bones that are exposed. So they are just shiny, glistening white.
I can do that. I was also going to use prestidigitation to help just clean up the scenes so there wasn't blood all over the place, too.
Oh, yeah. Although there probably won't be a lot because corpse.
That's true. I don't know how long he was dead for, to be fair. I don't
It
think we
was
ever asked.
slightly rotting, so it's probably been a day or two, probably 3 maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 2 or 3 day range.
All right, so I'll help shine him up a little bit. Them bones, his pearly whites.
And is it a king that runs the city here?
Yes.
Ah. You could do up a sign, something like that.
Works for me.
Alright, so you guys put up a sign, tie it off around.
And then we wait for the cover of darkness to slip in there and get it rigged up.
Yeah, so it comes around, you guys head back out once.
I think Hero and I will be taking positions on either end of the street and have Semi do the manhandling.
Sounds logical.
Makes sense to me. We'll find a good spot and then we'll get set up.
And Kildos will be holding an action. If he spots somebody coming around the corner or anything like that, specifically like a guard or what have you, he's going to drop darkness right there in the middle of the street. So they won't be able to see shit.
Okay.
I'm basically just gonna tie a rope around the middle of the corpse, like in the torso, and then throw it up over the sign, and then pull it from the other side.
Okay.
Raise it up in the air, and then I'll get up as high as I can on the building to tie it off to whatever is available.
Yeah, certainly. So you go about doing that. Can I get perception checks from us to keep an eye out for guards or other such people? And as a check.
That was a good bonus, Jesus.
Yes.
Hero, you do actually see a small group of guards walking in your.
How close are they?
They're getting closer. They're close enough that they will be here before Samuel finishes.
All right. Well, you know, I guess it's pretty dark outside tonight. It's pretty dark.
It's reasonably dark. A little bit overcast. Not quite a full, half moon.
I'm gonna kind of try and stay a little hidden, but get close to them, so that way I can cast Mage Hand behind them. Just try
Okay.
to stay far enough away so that they don't see what's going on.
Okay.
And once I'm in range of that, I'm gonna have the Mage Hand like tap the shoulder of a guy in back and slap him once he turns around.
Okay. Yeah, so they get within range of your hand, still just out of sight of what Samuel's doing. And you tap on the back one and slap him as he turns around.
Oh yeah, and doesn't my Mage Hand have some cool shit? What does it do again? I can still when the hand is holding. Okay, that's what I can retrieve. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, it's nothing that matters. Alright, so what do they do to be after being slapped by a Mage Hand?
He draws his sword and tries to slice up the man. All the other guards are laughing at him.
Alright, how does he succeed in hitting it?
He does hit it, yes.
Do I notice all this?
Most certainly, yes, you do notice.
Can I summon another one above his head? Have it drop down and touch his shoulder again behind him? Like he cuts it up, and like 5 seconds later, another one comes out and touches his shoulder again.
Yeah, so you keep doing that to him.
This time I'm gonna do an old classic. I'm gonna have it stick 2 fingers up his nose.
Appropriate.
The other guards,
Pulling a. But
the other guards just laugh at him from like, just ignore the thing and keep walking. It can't hurt you. Just some kid having some.
I'm gonna have the Mage Hand stick his hand in a pocket and look for something because it can do. I think it can do that. It can retrieve an object in a container of Warner carried, but I'm gonna have it stick it in the pocket and start looking for something rummaging, like a gold pouch or something. Just start rummaging.
Well, I found a sack. Oh, wrong sack.
he can do damage with the Mage Hand, is what you're saying.
I bet I can find a way.
He's like, hey, get out of there. He's like, Vigor shouts out, but knock it off. And no stealing from us tonight. Do it again, we'll get you.
So now I've got to ask a question. I have a Mage Hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have Prestidigitation and Shape Water. Can I make him shoot a little stream of water like a finger gun pistol? Just shoot water on him?
That would be awesome.
Can I do all that?
I need this to happen.
I don't know how much I can actually, like, I can soil an object with my Prestidigitation. Can I soil the Mage Hand and then Shape Water and just kind of shoot it out of the Mage Hand?
That's probably gonna be tricky to do in any reasonable time because each of those spells is gonna take a few cast each.
Alright, let's see. Let's
Pulling
make it
some-
quicker.
Pulling some
plus
Three Stooges shit while I'm hanging up a mutilated body.
Yes.
Plus your Prestidigitation has a range of 10 feet, so you're gonna have to get closer to
shit,
do.
yeah.
If we are wanting to take care of this situation, just give me a nod.
I mean, let's say I actually get close enough to see it. Did Kildos see me move over to deal with these guys, or is he still looking at his own way?
No, I was not paying attention to my weight, obviously, with that roll.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I did notice the commotion you were making.
How much more time does Samuel need?
Probably needs about a minute more to finish up what he's doing.
Alrighty.
Sounds like it's time for me to do something.
Give me a second. I might be able to deal with it still. You know what I can do? So how far away from them? How far away are they from me?
30 feet from you.
30 feet? And how far, like, how close do they need to be to see Samuel? I don't know if, like, are they around the corner or are they just down the road?
Just around a corner. If they walk about 10 or 15 feet, they'll be within.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna see for. I'm gonna try something. This might be horribly fucking bad, but we're gonna try.
Those are usually for the best stories.
So, I'm gonna run around the corner and just try and clothesline the front guy. Just like start like kind of jogging a little bit, and then just stick my arm and try and clothesline one of the front guys, and then run past.
Give me a strength check.
Hell yeah, I'm about to beat this motherfucker down. Honestly, it's not a bad roll.
He needs.
I couldn't remember if I had taken a spell that would buff it, and I didn't take any spells that would buff my stuff. I think I used the scrolls that might have worked for it. I just didn't end up buying them.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it worked.
Yeah, so you knock him right
You got a
over and
plus 30.
yeah.
You got a 4-point advantage on me. It's funny.
Yeah, and it was not enough this.
Am I able to run past them before any can really react after I do that? Because I'm just gonna close on the one guy and then put my arm down and keep running past. So at least I'm like maybe 5 feet behind them all.
One of them is going to try and grab you. Do give me an athletics or acrobatics to avoid the grapple.
Oh fuck, you can't even touch me. I forgot to tell you I oiled myself up for this. So as soon as I'm past them all. Oh god, they're everywhere! I just dropped the ball bearings right behind me and keep running. And then after I'm past, I'll just kind of stand there and look at them.
Of the 4 guards, one of them tries to tend to the one you have clothesline. The other 2 are going to try to come after you. These are going to be at distance.
Did he already run out away from them?
How far away did you run, Hero?
Let's just say to the edge. I was like I ran to the far enough away to throw down the ball bearings. How big? It comes to 10 feet square, so I would be 10 feet away standing there ready to move. So like I closed on the guy, I kept running like 10 feet behind them and just dropped the ball bearings.
Yeah, and the 2 that try to follow after you trip and fall on those bearings.
Okay. I already have it held. So if I have to move a little bit, I can. but I've got a 60-foot range for this. I'm going to drop that right into the heart of the guards. And then before they can hopefully react to it, I'm dropping that right in the middle of the darkness.
Alright, do you keep in mind those are both concentration spells, so your darkness will...
Oh, they are. My bad.
Are we trying to kill these guys, or are we just trying to stall for time?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because
I
wouldn't the
will-
Hunger of Hadara hurt them?
Yes.
So if you
I
just stall
will-
it out, we can just darkness them.
Yeah, I will drop the darkness then.
Leave them in darkness and on fucking ball
Right.
bearings.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't even know
just
where to go to leave.
I'll just drop the darkness on them.
Okay. They start, shouting at, I can't see! What happened? You hear them trying to walk and stumble and fall.
I'm gonna just use a minor illusion to mimic the voice of one of the guys in the center of darkness. Over this way. Just in the center of it.
Perfect.
A couple moments
Just
later, you
crank
hear
going.
two of them collide with each other and fall down.
I'll kind of make my way back over to where, so I can see Samuel again. I don't think I need to be that subtle because they're all in darkness. I just need to make sure I stay out of the darkness.
Mm-hmm. By this point, Samuel should be done tying up the body.
I'll get killed off. Once I know Samuel's good, I'll get killed off and be like, all right, we're good to go. Let's get out of here.
And I will head the heck out.
So let's get out of here.
All right.
So as you guys get away, you hear the guards eventually, in the distance, get back up and then shouts as you presume they've caught sight of the body.
Sounds like a job well done.
Sounds like it should be enough to make do with our pay.
I should think so. Now we've got a turnip to find.
Suppose I can wait till morning, though.
Semi nods.
You guys head back and can get a short rest.
Short rests are always appreciated.
Doesn't do me anything, but I'll take it.
Does stuff for me occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah, the warlock's like...
Warlocks do great with the short rests.
We
Like-
do.
Like the short rests for my hit points. Thankfully we didn't take any damage on that one.
That is my goal, is to avoid the fighting.
So you guys rest up. And are ready to head back out when morning comes back around.
Alright, I guess we'll turn in this quest real quick, too, while we're at it.
Yeah, might as well. You get another 100 gold pieces and 200 experience each. We'll make that 500 for the encounter. 500 total each experience.
Ooh, not bad.
Hell. What if you just
Every-
typed in some experience and then it's like, Glaive attack! I don't know what the fuck that was about.
I'm cutting that experience down.
Yeah.
Well, and we also got 250 each for our gold.
I'll pass on the
Nice,
gold
nice.
since I got the ring. I'll let you guys divvy up that extra gold. I already got paid in the ring of evasion. So you got what, the 1,000 gold from the guy and the 100 gold from turning it in. So you got 1,100 gold you can split.
I'll give Nyx 100 and you split 500.
That makes it easy.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Oh, I was at 55, so it'll be.
Why does it keep doing that every time I hit the enter key? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why I don't hit enter a lot for stuff like hit points. Because like hitting enter, like when you punch in a number, it often just fucking hits something.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but it happens for some things. You just gotta like click on it and then click away to close the box.
I just did that, so hopefully it won't do that again.
And I suppose in the morning you can go to this haggis guy.
Everybody wants some haggis.
Good ol' lamb meat.
Alright. So you guys head out. Come across a house that has, for being in the city, what is a surprisingly large garden.
Guess they'll just knock on the front door.
Coming. A couple moments later, door opens.
Hello, we're looking for haggis.
Present.
We're here to find your friend.
Good.
So what can you tell us about your friend?
He's about 5.5 feet tall, maybe 400 pounds.
Oh, fuck.
Can it communicate at all?
Oh yes, he can.
Like, does he speak common or does he just
Yes,
understand?
he speaks common.
Okay. Does he quite literally just look like a turnip? Or is that a little exaggerated?
He looks a lot like if you carved a giant turnip into the shape of a person. You get into the general
Okay.
idea.
Was he a rather slender fellow, or is he a bit on the bigger side?
He's 400 pounds. He's a giant thing.
I'm not aware of the density of turnip.
Like an onion.
I'm not aware of the density of an onion. I've never seen
they-
so much all combined into one.
They have layers.
Just like
Like
a
an ogre?
donkey.
Just like an ogre, exactly.
Okay, okay, I can relate to that. I can understand that. And when did he go missing?
4 days ago.
Did he ever talk about going anywhere?
No, never. He never wanted to leave.
Were you the one who awakened it or awakened him?
Yes, I They do it because too expensive to do otherwise.
And how long ago did you awaken?
Once a month for 6 months.
And how long before the awakening spell would wear off on him?
It lasts a month. Goes. We're about halfway through a cycle, so it's still got about 2 weeks.
Did it ever talk about where it wanted to go?
You asked that one already, I think. And
No, I was asking if it wanted to go anywhere.
no, it didn't want to go anywhere. Didn't like the rest of this.
So you think he might have been kidnapped by somebody who was curious about it?
Could be. Be like him to wander out on his own. So. Sense. By who though?
An odd question. Hopefully this isn't what happened, but if you were to cut him up, would it still be like a regular turnip that somebody could use to cook?
Yeah. I mean, he's still a turnip. He's just sentient.
So it's possibly, for all we know, could have been kidnapped by a local cookery and being used to cook. We'll have to keep that in mind. Does he have a name?
Yes.
Can I get the name?
No,
No, you can't.
you're asking
name-
way too much, mister.
His name is obviously. I was gonna say his name is obviously Turnip, but Steve is better.
Turnip for what?
Yeah.
Call him Turney. Turney the turnip.
Let me. Get you. That'll work. His name was Pistachio. Pistachio the turnip.
Pistachio the turnip.
No, that's just nuts.
Is there any
And
other
too deep.
information that you believe might help us out? Anything at all that you can think of?
There were some footprints in the garden that I recognize. I don't think they've washed away.
Can you take us to them real quick? Very likely that would go in with the kidnapping idea.
No, there's a gate right over there. Just head around back. If they're still there, they're still there. If not, then they're not.
Walk over and look for some boot prints.
Okay. You do see 2 sets of boot prints.
Can I get a rough idea of, I guess I'll just keep an idea in mind of how big the boots are. Are they like average size? Are they bigger than normal?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, those were the boots. I'll just like look at my fucking shoe size and look at them. Are they bigger or smaller? They're the same.
One's about the same. One's a little bit bigger. One's a little bit smaller.
I suppose they must have been moderately big fellows if they're carrying away a 400-pound turnip man. I'm gonna go back to the guy and Haggis and ask, how did everybody in the area know that you had a magical turnip?
The neighbors knew it. He was occasionally visible from the main street beside him. But, I mean, I don't go around advertising 400.
Well, it's not a lot to work off of. However, there's only so many places you can hide and things you can do with the turnip man.
I don't know. It depends on your cooking skills.
But that's still just gonna be that's one thing you can do is you can use them to cook. Unless the other idea we had thought of, which might have been some sort of circus using it to travel with it. I don't know who else would consider taking it. Are we in are we in a rich district or middle class? What kind of
The area you're in would probably be considered upper middle class sort of thing.
unless the neighbor was concerned about property value going down from the giant turnip man? Be a very long con and obscure way of going about it, but
Very.
with the rich types you can never be fully certain.
No.
My biggest guess is somebody either wanted him gone or wanted him for themselves, and they paid 2 people to get him. However, where they went, who knows?
Well, would there be any ideas as to what would be in the direction that the boots were pointed? If that makes sense.
They're pointed around the garden, but you lose them once they get back out to them.
So not really any way for us to be able to suss out any particulars from that.
Not particularly.
Well, if you guys have any ideas on that one, let me know. Because
Unfortunately, the only thing I can think of right off the bat is going from restaurant to restaurant, tavern to tavern. They tend to cook if they're cooking more frequently with turnips,
It's gotta be them.
that seems like a suspect.
Warrants an investigation.
green is people.
Wait, real quick, did we determine whether or not I thought we did, but just double checking. Did we determine whether or not the turnip has arms and legs?
It's humanoid, basically.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just checking. All right.
It's just like a very fat 5.5-foot man, but it's turnip instead of flesh. And it does also, speak common and all that too. It's basically a person just made out of turnip instead of flesh.
All right, that's what I thought. Just checking.
Yeah. But odds are I assume they would have kidnapped him at night. Trying to find anybody who saw a giant turnip being kidnapped through the streets is going to be obscure, and that's if they didn't just use a bag of holding to carry it off.
Yeah, I mean that would be the thing to me. It's like it should be so obvious. Like, you should be able to talk to like 3 people in the local neighborhood, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it's that guy down there."
Because
Yo.
I'll turn and ask. Odd question, but does it need to breathe like a regular person?
Not particularly. I mean, it is a plant.
So somebody could have thrown into a bag of holding and used that to carry it off.
Suppose so.
That would just explain I'm assuming you asked around. Like, what have you done to search for him? Have you done much to like look around? Have you talked to the locals, to your neighbors?
I've asked everyone I can find, but I mean,
And that seems
I haven't
odd that
strayed
nobody's.
far because I worried he might come back.
But that seems odd, doesn't it? Yeah, I feel like that would be a very noticeable thing to see, is a turnip being carried by two people down a road.
Yeah.
Man's got a point.
I'm guessing they had some way to conceal him when they kidnapped him. Even at night, somebody must have heard the commotion, or they would have seen something.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to unsee something like that.
You don't happen to have any people that don't like you or enemies, do you? I figure you would have already investigated them, but if you have any that you weren't able to investigate.
No, that I'm aware of, but maybe. I do wish you best of luck on your endeavors, though. Be my friend back here real soon.
We'll see what we can do. And he didn't leave like anything behind. Like if he were to walk, would he like leave anything behind him, or was he pretty tightly built together?
Pretty tightly built. I mean, he might crack some bud along.
It wasn't like he would ever lose a bit of him here or there if he was walking.
Not particular.
We'll see what we can do. I'll look to you guys. Either of you guys got any ideas of who might have taken him?
I have less than 0 ideas on who on earth would take him, other than, like you said, the place that would either profit from him by having people stare and gawk at him, or chop him up and serve him for dinner.
That's the only thing I could come to. I don't know who else would kidnap him. Even if a child just wanted a friend, I can't imagine two parents or anything like that hiring to kidnap him, because he might not be too happy about that either. I don't know how good of a playmate he would make to a small child.
Agreed.
Possible, I suppose, given his temperament. Maybe he's a very small temperament. He would do whatever he needs to survive, but maybe he would know he's strong enough to get away from a child. That's entirely up in the air. I feel like that's less likely, but it is technically a possibility.
Absolutely.
Could be just some noble family was walking and a kid got excited by it and wanted
Could
it, but
be.
the parents didn't have that much money.
Good point.
But it's cheap enough just to hire somebody to kidnap him.
Best I figure, you think maybe we should start with the neighbors? At least ask a
Probably
few
right.
questions, see if anybody saw anything.
Might be useful. And if you guys will excuse me, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Go ask neighbors if
Might as well while we're in the area.
Walk over to the next door over and start knocking.
Have you heard the good word?
someone comes out and answers the door. Where are you? What do you want?
I just had a quick couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. See, your neighbor with the turnip man, you know him?
Yeah?
When's the last time you saw him?
Neighbor? I saw him yesterday. I think.
Turnip man. What?
Oh, you mean the turnip, not the neighbor?
Yeah.
Maybe a week ago.
When did you usually see the turnip man? Like, was he running errands, or was he tending to the yard, or what?
It's mostly tending to the yard. Never really ever saw him go anywhere.
You ever notice anyone admiring the turnip man, or what's his name again? Pistachio.
Pistachio.
No, they try to talk to him or show any special interest?
No, not that you mention it. The other day I did see someone poking their head over the fence, looking at their yard over there.
Really?
Yeah, kind of odd about it.
Wouldn't happen to have a description of this individual, would you?
Large guy, walked with a bit of a limp.
Was he human or something else?
Human or close to it.
All right.
It wouldn't
And,
line up with one of the bigger sized boots that we saw in there.
Was he white, black, Asian? Don't know if Asian means anything in this universe, but for some
What's
reason
the
that
nation?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you don't see race.
Yeah.
How progressive of you.
He had fair skin, dark hair, short.
He said he's a large man, but he's short. So is he fat?
The hair was short, not
the hair
more
was
so
short.
than he was.
All right. That makes better sense. All right. About how long ago do you think that was? You said it was the other day. You think it was within the week?
Within the week for sure. I don't remember.
All right.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
We're interviewing the neighbor right now.
Nice.
They
you
saw a big person who was peeking their head over into the garden.
Human is a white human with dark hair that seemed to walk with a limp. All right. Well,
White human with dark hair. Okay.
you didn't recognize him from Adam, did you? He's just some fella. You hadn't seen him before, right?
Yeah.
All right. Within the week. Very good. Any special events going on around town recently within the last week or so that might have drawn in people from outside of town or for any particular reason?
It's a big city. There could always be something. Not that I can.
All right. Are there any restaurants around recently or around you that you frequent that have any specials on soups or specific meals of any kind?
No. I mean, there was that one that was having a special on steaks. Those are pretty.
All right. Specials on steaks. What was the name of that joint, if you don't mind me asking? Getting a bit dickish myself.
Oh yeah, that was.
Steve.
No. Not Steve's, god damn it.
That was the best one in town. I don't know why, but I've got a hunch it might not be there. Don't ask me how I know. But I've got a small hunch. We could still go there for lunch.
It was some place, the new hot place in town, the Ghost Tortoise Tavern.
Ghost Tortoise Tavern.
A likely story. Obviously, this person's the one that did it. Kidding.
Yeah. We'll have to keep all of our options open. We don't know what the motive is yet to steal the turnip man. All right. Well, I'll turn to Hero and Kildos. You two have any more questions for this lad?
Not that I can think of.
Same.
Right. Well, we appreciate your time greatly. If you see anything about that man with the limp anymore, do us a favor and tell your neighbor if you see him around. We'll get the message from him.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm thinking this might be a good place for us to stop.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah,
Take
but-
the dog to OUT soon if we didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a lead on a large white man, short, dark hair with a limp. I don't know about you. I don't think the restaurant is the one that took him, but I'm still gonna go check it out whenever we pick this up next week.
I've got a hunch it's probably not, but we can still go.
Hey,
One
I'm
way
just
to find
saying,
out.
steak with a side of turnip. You never know.
All I'm saying is, how are we gonna tell Lena about this next week? The mission we're on.
Yeah, that's going to be an awkward conversation.
Searching for a humanoid onion type creature. We want him alive, not broiled.
Well, sauteed would be okay.
Yep.